running, 3 points away, pulls out for the three, and
Go
bang!
from a running back to a difference maker, and that's what Jenty is right now.
Jenty to the 20, Jenty to the 10, Jenty to the end zone! Touchdown!
Welcome back to 365 Unlimited. It sounds weird to say that, but officially I am back. As you can tell right now, it's just me on the camera. A lot of nerves there, just haven't been gone for a long time. Obviously, Gannon's not in the screen with me, so kind of the show's going to look different. I want to talk about a variety of things today about why we left, what was going on in our lives, and where we're at now, and what the future for this show looks like. I'm trying to be completely transparent as possible, let you know what type of interviews we want to do, and just overall the direction of this show moving forward. See, you can already tell I'm a little rusty because I'm sitting here going left to right. But bringing that confidence back to sit here and talk about 365 Unlimited, what it means, what the brand is, what the future looks like. We want to create that culture, not just in our community, but to give a better life to other people and help them understand that their voice can, and should be heard all the time. So that's what we're going to do. But first and foremost, just kind of to dive right in, a lot of people, want to know, why did we step away from the show? What kind of happened? And I think it's as simple as we got comfortable with the life that we're living. You start working your job, you get ingrained into society, working your 9 to 5, or taking care of your family, or being around family and friends, and trying to navigate through all those different avenues, and still have time for what you claim to be a passion project. And eventually it got to the point with this show where it felt like everything was being done as work. It wasn't something that was fun anymore. It was something that we felt like we had an obligation to take time out of our night. And the more that happened, the less enjoyable it was. So why did we step away? We stepped away just for the sole purpose of peace. The show began, and it was incredible. We loved having guests on. We loved telling stories. I loved coming on here and talking ball, talking sports, a variety of sports, what was going on in our lives, everything. And then we kind of get to that point with the show where the direction kind of faded. Where were we going with the show? What did we want to accomplish? We did a variety of things, working with Des Bryant, with AMB Ambition. Doing those things, I think we had direction, right? We knew what we wanted to accomplish, where we wanted to take it. But in our personal lives, we still had to continue to graduate college, to find a day-to-day job where we can get paid, support our families, pay our bills. And when those things start to happen, I think you start to realize you don't have as much time as you want. And it's funny. Everyone will always tell you, you'll make time for what you want to get done. And you will. But if it's something that becomes a hassle, something that you're not enjoying anymore, you're going to kind of let that thing fade. And that's what happened with our show. And honestly, I feel like I learned a lot. Like, being away from the show, not sitting down doing interviews 24/7, not talking sports 24/7. I think it kind of allowed me to step back and live my life, and not just sit here and talk about sports 24/7, or sit down and prepare for an interview, because a lot of work goes into this. And I think my biggest fear now is, like, coming back to the show, how many people are going to care? How many people are going to, still want to tap in, still want to listen to what we have to offer? Because there's so much more I have to offer. I know the stories that I can share, the mental health struggles, the perseverance, the adversity, all those different types of things are things that I want to address. So like I said, with Gannon being away, his schedule, he gets a little bit more tied up. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to do this thing as much as I can. Whether it's every week, whether it's every 2 weeks, I hop on a show, do an interview. If it's by myself, it's by myself. I have the confidence to be able to do it. I feel good about it. And I need to hold myself accountable to get in front of the camera and share my thoughts, share my ideas. Because going back to when we started this show, it is my peace. It's my opportunity to offload my brain, to allow myself to focus more on the present day. So ultimately, I feel like what I've learned the most during this hiatus, or being away from our show and our brand, is just that not only do you need to take the time to be with the people you love, but you got to be there for yourself too. And the more things that you do in your life that are for other people, you kind of get lost in what do you want for yourself? What kind of dreams do you want to achieve? How are you going to do it? What are the steps you're going to take? How are you going to make that plan? And me being an overthinker, being someone who calculates every little detail, every little step I have to take to get success, kind of let that get pushed to the wayside, and I stopped thinking that. I kind of transformed into a manner of not necessarily doing the things I love all the time, kind of just kicking back and using the time that I had to relax. And we all need that time for sure. But sitting back, when it comes to this show, it's more than just a show to me. It's more than just hopping on a TV show. It's more than just doing an interview with somebody. It's more than watching a TV show or reading a book. It's everything to me. It's an opportunity to offload, to reset. And I always say this, but it empties my filing cabinet, my brain. It gives me a chance to unwind, to relax and truly feel at home. And so I really think what I've learned the most is don't step away from something just because you feel like you don't necessarily have the time or it's not something you enjoy as much anymore. Lean into it. Find a way to change it and shift it towards making it into something that you love again. And finally, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take that step, and I hope it can, inspire other people to realize if they stepped away from something that they love in the past, that they can find a way to get back to it, as long as it's right for what their life looks like now. And my support system's incredible. My fiance Kira, my stepdaughter Alea, my parents, my friends, like all these people are in my life supporting me, pushing me to, do what's best for me. And they know that this helps me, that it's good for me, and that it helps others. And now they just want to see me stand on accountability with sticking to it. So I owe that to myself. I owe it to people that love me and care for me and support me. So now I just need to do it. Why are we back now? I think it's a complex answer. But it really is simple at the end of the day. I think why I'm back now, why the show is coming back, is because we realize there are so many stories that are left untold. Everyone has a story, everyone has a voice, and everyone has a reason to use it. And we want to be the people that can provide that opportunity for our community. We've done it in the past. We know what it looks like. We've done donations, fundraisers, podcast episodes, all these different things. We've done them. We've shown people that we're capable of it, and we need to get back to it. So overall, I think just a simple message to get this show rolling again is, what is it going to look like moving forward? I think the way it's going to look, you're going to see a lot of me, a lot less of Gannon, and he'll hop on when he's available. We might have some things in the works as far as different co-hosts that hop on with me if we want to talk about a certain subject or something that's going on in our life that we want to address. The NFL draft just happened, and that's stuff that we used to love talking about, and we still do. We just do it in a private manner and don't necessarily hop on the show. But we want to get back to doing it that way, enjoying it, having fun. So what's changing, I think, is more authenticity, more consistency, more accountability. If we can bring those things to life, then I think we can really dive into what people want to hear. And that's the raw truth. It's people's truth. It's their stories that they've never had the opportunity to tell before. And we want to be the platform that can provide that for people. So it could be simple, short episodes. It could be quick 10-minute messages similar to what this video is going to look like. But it's a way to step back into doing what we love. So what's changing is the message remains consistent, right? We want to help people. We want to help them improve, help them grow, help people be accountable for what's going on in their lives individually, financially, spiritually, physically, mentally. We want to be those people that can hold you accountable, push you to be better by sharing our truth, sharing our stories, and using our vulnerability to be positive. So 365 Unlimited isn't just something that we want to turn back on and hope for the best. It's something that we want to turn back on and let people know that at the end of the day, I feel like I didn't come back because everything's perfect. I feel like I came back because I realized waiting for perfect was the reason I stopped in the first place. Thinking that everything had to go the exact way it needed to go, staying up and doing all the editing and this and that with the social media. Like at one point I was running 16 social media accounts. And looking back on it, that's overload. That's turning something into a job without pay. And finding a way to truly enjoy the grind but not overcompensate was difficult. Realizing that this time around, what's different is it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to look the same as what it did in the past. It just has to be something where we can give off a key, consistent message in helping others. So we hope to see you guys. I hope you still enjoy tapping in. Appreciate every single one of you that has supported us while we've been away. And I cannot wait to continue to see this show grow, help other people, give back. So if anyone has any interest in hopping on this show and talking with me about a topic that you're interested in, I'd love to hear your story. I'd love to talk to you, get to know you more, and find a way to see this show grow the right way, the positive way, and help everyone understand that everyone is still unlimited. Future's untapped, and we have an opportunity to be the best people we can possibly be if we push each other to continue to elevate. 365 Unlimited is back. It's been a while, but we cannot wait to see you.
Hayden running, 3 points away, pulls up for the three, and
Go
bang!
from a running back to a difference maker, and that's what Jensen is right now.
Checked into the 20, checked into the 10, checked into the end zone!